Nigerian Army has reacted to the self-recorded video in action made available by the Biafra Defense Forces (BDF) that its men sacked operatives of the Nigerian Army from the Armed Forces of Nigeria (AFN) operating base in Ehime Mbano area of Imo State during the week. BDF had stated in the video that the Nigerian soldiers were killed while some ran away, with the motion pictures showing vehicles belonging to Nigerian military being set ablaze and the military bullets barricades being destroyed. A voice in the video kept saying, "We are burning it down," while the camera panned to show the deserted military base being set on fire, with the Biafra fighters moving around the area apparently waiting to engage military reinforcement. Residents also posted videos of the tension that grew in the Ehime Mbano area of Imo State during the week, with one of the videos showing residents running to put off burning vehicle. Another video captures moment rain of bullets were being fired by security operatives in apparent exchange with the Biafra fighters in Ehime Mbano. The Biafra Defense Forces, in a statement posted online, said, "The Biafra Defense Force has sacked and burnt down the Nigerian Army base at Ehime Mbano State of Okigwe, Biafra on this day, the 8th of October 2024. December 2nd is sacrosanct." In a news statement of clarification on Thursday, the Nigerian Army stated that the claim that soldiers were killed at the Ehime Mbano area was false, rather the gunmen suffered casualties. The Army said, "The attention of the 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, NA, has been drawn to false reports circulating on certain online media platforms, claiming that an attack on troops deployed at the Ehime Mbano local government secretariat resulted in the deaths of several soldiers and civilians. These reports are baseless fabrications, a product of the imagination of the terrorist IPOB, ESN elements and their sympathizers, who aim to undermine the confidence of the people of Imo State and, by extension, the entire Southeast region." It is important to recall that on the 3rd of October 2023, the local government headquarters of Isiala Mbano local government area, built and maintained with public funds, was set ablaze and destroyed by the same IPOB ESN criminal elements. A similar mindless attempt was made at the Ehime Mbano local government area secretariat in the late hours of the 8th of October 2024. However, the swift and gallant response of the troops thwarted the criminals' efforts to breach the local government area secretariat. The criminal elements, who arrived in large numbers and fired sporadically from a distance, were forced to retreat quickly in the face of the overwhelming firepower of the vigilant troops. During a follow-up operation conducted in the early hours of the 9th of October 2024, it was confirmed that the dissidents had suffered heavy casualties, as evidenced by bloodstains on the Ehime Mbano Oriagu Road. The public is urged to disregard the false information spread by the online publication. The Nigerian Army remains committed to protecting citizens and critical government infrastructure in Imo State and will continue to deal decisively with any criminal elements attempting to subvert the government. It is disheartening to witness the cowardly actions of these dissidents, who burn down public buildings funded by taxpayers. Clearly, IPOB is not acting in the interest of the people but for selfish purposes. The 82 Division Headquarters encourages all residents of Imo State and the Southeast region to continue providing security agencies with valuable information to help eliminate these criminal elements. Residents are urged to call the toll-free line 193 and select option 2 to report suspicious activities. We reassure the good people of the Southeast that they can continue their daily activities without fear or intimidation from any group. Rest assured, the Nigerian Army will remain vigilant in its duty to protect the nation and its citizens. The Army press release issued and signed by J.E. Onwakalu, Lieutenant Colonel, Acting Deputy Director, 82 Division, Army Public Relations, stated on Thursday.
One day, the situation report in Ehime Mbano is so bad as we speak. The situation report is so bad. Ma ego ma ọkụkọ enwere onye anyị na-ahụ n'ụzọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Dịka ozi a natara na nyasị nke gara aga, Ukukwe egbe nke kwuru n'ala Ehime Mbano mere onye ọbụla ga-agbawa n'ọsọ. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ na-ahụrụ n'ime ọhịa n'ụtụtụ a dịka mgbe Boss TV na-akpagharị. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ si n'ime ọhịa ebe ha nọ na-apụta everywhere. This is Ababra, the famous Aba branch. The famous Aba branch nke nọ na Ehime Mbano. That's what you are seeing here now. Nobody, no person is seen anyhow moving. People all has taken to their heels. No one can come out to say or indicate what happened. Mana ihe mere na ọ bụ ndị amara ndị abụ. Ndị na-amaghị ndị abụ ha bụ ndị nke pụtara n'akwa mgbọ. Enweghị onye hiri ụra na Ehime Mbano n'abalị nke pụtara n'ụbọchị nke taa. As at the time we are filing this report, the Boss TV kpagharịrị ọtụtụ ebe iji wee chọpụta ka amata ihe kpataranụ. Ndị army abụgokwa ndị nke wuchichara nọrọ everywhere, nọrọ at alert. At the time of filing this report, anyị enwetabeghị any indication of any loss of life or casualty, but signs of blood and other things bụ nke ahụchatara. Amarọkwanụ ndị nke agbara ma ọ bụ ndị gbatara onwe ha ma ọ bụ ndị nke anaghị agba. Enwebe onye ma the situation as it is. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what is going to happen because security jole everywhere. Ebupụtago armored car, ndị army buru armored car atọ kpuchie ụzọ. Otu ka anọ anya amabole ihe nke bụ ihe kpatara ihe ndị a. Enweghịkwa onye ma ihe ndị bịara mee. Enweghịkwa onye ma ihe emeghe. Anyị amaghị ndị ha na-achụ. Ndị ha na-achụkwa ahụpụtabesi n'ọwa ha maka a na-achụ. Enwe onye ma onye chụghị onye ọchịghị. Otu a bụ situation otu o si dịrị n'Ehime Mbano nke Imo State. Otu a ka o si dịrị. Egwu dị ebe ọbụla gị. Ọ dịghịkwa onye ọbụla wụ onye nke maara ihe ọ na-eme kama na anya bụ onye nọ n'ime ụlọ ya ọ na-enyopụtasị anya. Schools niile anyị mee ahịa ọ dịghịkwa onye ọbụla pụtara n'ụdị ọbụla. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ n'ụdị ọbụla gị nọkwa na-akwagharị na-ezogharị n'akụkụ. Anyị amaghị ihe onye na-esi unu inye akpa ma ọ bụ osucha otinye n'ime akpa ma ọ bụkwa na osucha olowe. Ya mere dịka otu o si dịrị ugbu a everywhere nọ n'ọgbaghara. Onye ọbụla gị nọ na-atụ egwu na-amaghị ihe bụ
Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has made clarification to his earlier news release that the 10 million naira approved is for each of the families of the 5 officers that died in motor accident in Kano State while returning from the governorship election duties in Edo State. IGP also stated in a statement of clarification issued on Thursday by the Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, that the 2 million naira is for each of the victims still in the hospital while the sum of 500,000 are for each of the 8 officers who have been discharged from hospital. The press release reads thus: the Passionate Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun has donated relief funds to the families of 16 officers that were involved in a fatal motor accident on the 24th of September 2024 while returning from the Edo election special duty to Kano State Command. The accident, which occurred along the Zaria-Kano Expressway, Kafikura, resulted in the unfortunate loss of 5 officers, with 11 hospitalized after the accident. 8 individuals have been successfully discharged from the hospital after receiving medical attention, while 3 others are still undergoing treatment. In a decisive response to this tragic event, the Inspector General of Police donated the compensatory payment of 10 million naira each to the families of the 5 deceased officers, 2 million naira each to those still receiving treatment, and the sum of 500,000 naira each to those who have been discharged after treatment, bringing the total payment to the sum of 60 million naira. The IGP has ordered the Police Insurance Unit and the Police Account and Budget Department to expedite the preparation of life insurance benefits for the deceased officers, as well as the welfare scheme benefits for other affected officers, and to ensure that payments are made without delay, as this donation is exclusive of their statutory benefits from the Nigeria Police Force. The Nigeria Police Force, under the leadership of IGP Egbetokun, remains committed to the welfare of its personnel, as the IGP reaffirms the commitment to supporting officers and men of the force and their families during trying times. These efforts aim to ensure the dignity and well-being of officers, further enhancing their capacity for effective service delivery. The IGP once again expresses his deepest condolences to all the families of the deceased and prays for the quick recovery of those still receiving medical care. We had reported that the Nigeria Police Force, NPF, has approved the sum of 10 million naira for the families of 5 policemen who died in a motor accident in Kano State while returning from Edo State after the September 21, 2024 governorship election in the state. IGP, in a news statement issued few hours ago by the Force Police Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, also approved the sum of 2 million naira for those still in the hospital and 500,000 naira for 8 of the policemen who have been discharged from the hospital after the accident. IGP in the statement did not state if the sum amount is for each of the beneficiary or the sum total for the personnel involved in the accident. It would be recalled that on September 24, 2024, group of policemen who were among the security operatives deployed for Edo governorship election were involved in fatal motor accident which some eyewitnesses said occurred as a result of head-on collision with another vehicle. On Thursday, 26th of September 2024, the Commissioner of Police, Kano State Command, CP Salman Dogo Garba, visited the police personnel involved in the tragic motor vehicle accident admitted at Bichi General Hospital, Kano State. The Commissioner of Police emphasized that the safety and well-being of the officers are paramount. An investigation is underway to determine the accident's cause, and measures will be taken to prevent similar incidents. The command appreciates the overwhelming support from individuals, stakeholders, and organizations. Their kind words, prayers and gestures have brought comfort to the affected families and the entire police community. IGP in a statement on Wednesday said the force is committed to the well-being of its personnel. The statement reads thus: the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun PhD, NPM, has approved the immediate payment of relief funds to the families of officers that were involved in a fatal motor accident on the 24th of September 2024 while returning from the Edo election special duty to Kano State Command. The accident, which occurred along the Zaria-Kano Expressway, Kafikura, had resulted in the loss of 5 officers, with 11 hospitalized after the accident. 8 individuals have been successfully discharged from the hospital after receiving medical attention, while 3 others are still undergoing treatment. In response to this tragic event, the Inspector General of Police has taken decisive actions to provide support to those affected, by approving the compensatory payment of 10 million naira, 10 million nairas, to the families of the deceased, acknowledging their profound loss and providing assistance as they navigate this challenging period. The IGP has also approved the payment of 2 million naira, 2 million nairas, to those still receiving treatment, ensuring they receive the necessary medical support as they recuperate, and the sum of 500,000 naira, 500,000 nairas, to those who have been discharged after treatment. The IGP reaffirms the commitment of the Nigeria Police Force to supporting officers and men of the force and their families during trying times. The IGP once again expresses his deepest condolences to all the families of the deceased and prays for the quick recovery of those still receiving medical. Authority has confirmed that Hurricane Milton that cut off estimated 3 million people from electricity in Florida in the United States of America, USA, since Wednesday is still moving eastward at a low pace in the state on Thursday, and the hurricane, which is now considered as Category 1 tropical storm, is expected to move towards northern Bahamas tonight. National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, NOAA's Hurricane Center, stated this few hours ago in a statement. Several properties in Florida has been destroyed by the hurricane. A drone footage captures damage caused by Hurricane Milton to Tropicana Field's roof. The stadium is the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, in St. Petersburg, Florida. Photos made available by residents showed the hurricane's deadly onslaught in Florida after 100-mile-per-hour winds left a trail of destruction, as dangerous storm surge threatens the East Coast. CNN reported with footage of a crane seen to have fallen into a building in St. Petersburg, Florida, as Hurricane Milton is making its way through the state, bringing dangerous flooding. Street. Petersburg is experiencing a 1,000-year rainfall event, according to CNN. Photographs showed a curly road in Pasco County was left in pieces after Hurricane Milton tore through Florida on Wednesday and still ravaging at a low pace on Thursday. An official statement indicated that Hurricane Milton, now a Category 1 storm, is moving away from Florida, but the state faces severe flooding, strong winds, and widespread power outages. Over 3 million people are still without electricity as officials assess the damage. About 2 people were reportedly killed in Fort Pierce, and rooftops, including Tropicana Field, were ripped off by winds. A video had shown moment NOAA cars fly into Hurricane Milton for critical data collection as the extremely dangerous Category 5, which is now considered by many as Category 1 storm, was on course to slam into Florida on Wednesday. President Joe Biden had praised Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for being cooperative and doing a great job in his response to Hurricanes Helene and Milton, despite Vice President Kamala Harris slamming DeSantis for playing political games instead of doing his job in response to the storms. NBC News had reported on Monday that DeSantis was denying phone calls from Harris's team. People are in desperate need of support right now and playing political games with this moment. In these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations. It's just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, Harris told reporters Monday. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, President Joe Biden's opinion about the Florida governor's response to Hurricane Helene and his preparation for Milton diverged substantially from that of his vice president's. The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, "No, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well and we thank you for it," Biden said at a press conference from the White House Tuesday. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor, from Florida to North Carolina, has been fully cooperative and supportive. Ahead of Wednesday, Florida authorities informed those who do not want to evacuate ahead of Hurricane Milton to mark themselves with their names and the phone number of a family member so their bodies can be identified and their loved ones notified when they are found. In comments highlighted by Mediaite, CNN's Paul Murphy on Tuesday repeated the message of a police chief he spoke with: "If you stay, they cannot get you." They were able to do some water rescues in Hurricane Helene that will not happen with Milton, Murphy said. Once the winds, which are forecasted to start here at tropical storm force gusts, once they start tomorrow at around 8 a.m., he expects that by noon, they are not going to be able, they are going to have to evacuate the island themselves. So, starting at noon tomorrow, if you're here, there will not be help coming for you. You are on your own. It was unclear which island Murphy was referring to. It's that same message we're hearing from officials. Write your name, write your number, write someone else's number, your date of birth on you, Murphy said. Because when they come looking for you, they want to know who to contact because you decided to stay. Tampa Mayor Jen Castor issued a similar warning for Floridians on CNN on Monday night, saying she's never delivered such a dire message. "This is literally catastrophic, and I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die," she said. "This is something that I have never seen in my life," she continued. "People need to get out. Storm battered Florida Brest on Tuesday for a direct hit from massive Hurricane Milton, as people hurried to finish their storm preparations and flee from the second monster weather system in as many weeks. It's a matter of life and death, and that's not hyperbole, President Joe Biden said, urging those under evacuation orders to evacuate now. According to the National Hurricane Center, Milton was generating maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour and threatening up to 15 feet of storm surge as of Tuesday morning. The storm attained maximum Category 5 status overnight before weakening, and is expected to make landfall Wednesday as a Category 3 storm. At a press conference, Governor Ron DeSantis said that, basically the entire peninsula portion of Florida is under some type of either a watch or a warning. National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) Hurricane Center in Florida in a statement few hours ago stated that, at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the center of Hurricane Milton was located near latitude 28.9 north, longitude 79.5 west. Milton is moving toward the east-northeast near 18 miles per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue today, followed by a turn toward the east tonight. On the forecast track, the center of Milton will continue to move away from Florida and pass to the north of the Bahamas today. Maximum sustained winds are near 85 miles per hour with higher gusts. Gradual weakening is expected, but Milton is forecast to become a powerful extratropical low tonight. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 35 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 205 miles. A sustained wind of 58 miles per hour and a gust to 76 miles per hour was recently reported at a weather station in Maryland. A sustained wind of 46 miles per hour and a gust to 67 miles per hour was recently reported at the Cocoa Patrick Air Force Base.
Bosas Welcome Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.